I'm Donna Bush with your CIG TV News Brief on this Tuesday. Today is International Women's Day, and in continued celebration of Honoring Women Month, the Family Resource Center is holding an event this Friday to celebrate the launch of their new mentorship program. Hosted by the Department of Counseling Services and a portfolio of the Civil Service, the event hopes to bring together invited guests within the Civil Service who've been identified as potential women mentors and mentees. Charmaine Miller, Clinical Supervisor of the FRC, has this to say.
This year, this mentorship program really sits nicely with the overall vision of Honoring Women Month, which is Empowered Women Empower Women. And so we are inviting civil servants who are interested in being mentors and mentees to join us on the March 11th for the official launch of the mentorship program within our civil service.
Now remember that you can still participate in the hashtag Break the Bias Pose Challenge. Participants are challenged to take a photo crossing their arms and tag hashtag FRC Cayman. Now the competition continues throughout March, and a winner will be selected on the 31st of the month. For further information, be sure to follow the Family Resource Center and Cayman Islands government on their Facebook and Instagram pages.
We now have the most female MPs that we have ever had in our country's history. We could not have arrived to this point without the work of many women who came before us and boldly challenged the status quo. From the ladies of the women's suffrage movement, who secured the right to vote alongside men in 1959, to having our first female Speaker of the House, the Honorable Miss Sybil McLaughlin, and our first female Premier, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Conley, we have seen tremendous progress for female leadership in our country. Across the civil service, in our ministries departments, units, and statutory authorities, there are numerous women in leadership positions and accomplishments we are very proud of.
Well, also throughout this month around the world is International Women's Month, Honoring Women's Month, and as just mentioned, today is International Women's Day. In light of this, the RCIPS is highlighting the first ever all-women parade that took place on Sunday, the 6th of February, all in honor of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. During the parade, Inspector Wendy Parchment was selected as the Commissioner of Police's designate, and the contingent, consisting of over 25 women within the service, was led by Sergeant Karen Watson. Now, the color party on the parade was led by newly promoted Detective Sergeant Carmika Parker and included several other experienced officers. Commissioner of Police Mr. Derek Byrne says women comprise about 50% of the population, and they are focused on the police service, better reflecting that demographic. Now you can watch the entire police video on the CIG television cable channel. A celebration of all things coconut at Coco Fest happened at the Pedro St. James site recently. The Tourism Attraction Board hosted its 7th annual Coco Fest, on albeit a much smaller version of the popular event. The event provided another outlet for entrepreneurs to promote and sell their locally made products using coconuts. Now, back in 2016, Coco Fest was created as a way to celebrate the Cayman coconut and to preserve its ties to Caymanian businesses. Visitors were able to enjoy local food and much more, including playing games and being part of an arts and craft corner. The event was sponsored by Fidelity Bank for the 4th consecutive year. Turning now to our forecast. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Seas will be rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Small craft operators should continue to exercise caution over the open water. The outlook is for similar weather through Thursday morning. Now the synopsis is showing light to moderate easterly winds and seas, which are expected across our area as a high pressure system weakens as it moves over the Atlantic Ocean. Satellite images show patches of low-level clouds that are moving towards the west across the Cayman Islands. And this brings us to the end of today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, wishing you a safe and wonderful night and inviting you back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Seek the latest, accurate information on COVID-19 only from official sources at gov.ky/coronavirus.